So my well of backlogged dishes of the week is almost run dry. There probably are a few other interesting dishes to write about that I ate before the pandemic, so they may come out, but they're not as many as there were in March. And I'm very fortunate to have all of these things to be able to write about every week. So what I've done since is I've turned to something else, as most people have, either cooking at home or takeout. And that's when I discovered what I'm going to talk about today, which is actually a frozen pizza from a local New York pizzeria. That was really good. In fact, it was so good that I decided to write about it and talk about it today. It's Brian from eatthisny.com. It is the week of Monday, July 6th, 2020. It's time for another dish of the week. That's right, I got a frozen pizza from Roberta's, which I've eaten their pizza many, many times. I realized the first time I reviewed it was over 10 years ago, shortly after they opened and shortly after I started the blog. And the photos are pretty primitive. The place was not nearly as popular or crowded or considered the center of the Brooklyn food dining world as it is today. Since then, I've eaten their pizza from lots of local markets that have popped up all over the city. And I think their Neapolitan wood-fired pizza is really, really excellent. It truly is one of the best versions of that in the city. So I was very skeptical about how it was going to translate into frozen form. But I must say, it works really well. Somehow they're able to maintain that char, that puffiness. Of course, you've got to put it in your oven, which I did. The cheese wasn't as fresh, obviously, as it would be. It still had a nice, interesting texture. It still had a lot of flavor. And I think that's what was most important here. They really translated that woodsy, creamy, acidic flavor that you expect from a margherita pizza in a pizzeria. And I was pleasantly surprised. Turns out they also have another variety, sort of a green pizza with kale that you can purchase frozen. I've yet to do that, but I'm looking forward to trying it. If it's anything like the frozen margherita pizza, I will be very impressed. My 3-year-old son demands frozen pizza, demands pizza. And of course, going out to get pizza is not as easy. I'm not making pizza, so we've had frozen pizza in the house, and Roberta's worked really, really well. Stands up pretty close to what they do at the stores. If you've never tried Roberta's, this is a great opportunity. So thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, like it, and I'll be back next week. There is still more to come. Until then, eat this, New York.